If you want to go to hell without dying, please don't forget to change others. If you want to go to heaven without dying, don't forget to change yourself. Change yourself, the answer of all questions, the medicine of all of illness. We born one day, we live one day, we die one day. Everything happen one day and today. Change over today and become change of your life.
A lot of people live with fear or this extreme inner critic or, these feelings of everything is negative. But I cannot switch and tell my thoughts, now, be happy. It stops. It happens only here. How do you do that?
Searching happiness is the only way to you find the suffering. You search big happiness, you go to find the big suffering. You search very, very elegant happiness, you go to find very, very elegant, beautiful suffering. We need to learn finding happiness in us.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of Real, Raw and Authentic. I'm today with Tulku Lobsang and we're in the Netherlands and this is going to be a very special episode. Thank you, Tulku, for being here today. I feel really honored that I can be with you today after, I've just experienced your teaching and you took the time to really speak to me about your teachings, but also maybe give, and that's the most important thing about this podcast episode, we're going to give you tips, tools, tricks, anything that can help you on your healing journey, no matter where you're at right now. So if you struggle with stress, trauma, anxiety, this is an episode you should really watch because Tulku is the expert, the master in it all. And I feel really blessed that you're here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you to have this opportunity.
Thank you. I've just experienced your teaching. And before we dive into your teachings, I want to also talk about the word of your teaching of today's lesson was Tummo.
Correct.
Right? Tummo. Can you explain a little bit what Tummo is?
Is of course, Tummo is the name, the language of Tibetan, but we call inner fire. We believe, of course, we call inner fire. And inner fire is we believe the compassion of the body. Of course, the inner fire or everywhere our body, but the main location, our stomach, our navel chakra area. Once you enough focus there, and then energy enough collect there, and then start to warmness or fire or warmness start to arise and then start to spread in your body. And then this warmness release or free of all kind of pains and tensions. And that's also why Tummo is also we use a form of healing, but of course also a form of a very higher level of meditation.
Wow. it's when I saw the first video that when I researched you, and it was like you sitting in a cold room. It was like a freezing room, I think -5 degrees, and you were very comfortable sitting there, and now you were meditating, and you said also to Morgan Freeman that you were practicing Tummo at that time, and you can sit there for hours. Is this a way of teaching your body over a certain time that you can endure the pain and take the pain, or is it something much, much deeper?
In our body is the experience pain and the bliss. That's how we Tantric Buddhism to explain. Mm-hmm. Our mind experience happiness and the suffering. That means in Tantric Buddhism we talk two kind of love, or love of mind is name we call happiness, and the love of body we call bliss. Therefore, this through of inner fire, and then we experience 3 different kind of fires. Is a fire who going down to up, the wave of the heat or wave is going down to up. This name we call a rough fire, a rough. And then you practice, fire or warmness start coming up to down. This name we call calm fire. And then you start to continue practice. Some moment you experience fire without the wave. Fire is not going down to up. Fire is not going up to down. You experience, you find it stable fire. Means you feel fire everywhere in your body. And not only this, also some moment you don't have a sensation of a cold outside. Then this fire is become stronger. Yes, you have a resistance of cold. And yes, and that means you have a resistance of a pain. And that means your body become maximum level of the tolerant of the pain. Mm-hmm. And this name what we call compassion of a body. That's why, me, of course, I'm who interested in practice this, who very admiring in this practice. I don't call I'm a great practitioner, but at least I learned this traditional way. I'm so motivated. I'm so believe, and I like this practice. And yes, with my practice, I possible to control my body temperature. And anyway, this is not so difficult. In this level of to stay in the cold place, in the fridge or somewhere, is not 100%, but maybe you really take my instruction fully. You give me full power, and you give me full power 3 to 7 days, and I possible make you this level, But this is a really basic level of Tummo. And they have
sitting in the cold is basic level.
Yes.
Oh, and I thought it would be already higher level. Wow. So what is the most difficult then?
I told that you remember 3 kind of fire. Fire who going down to up is a rough fire. When you have this rough fire, already you possible stay in the cold fridges.
Okay.
Yes, fire who going down to up. This is not the best fire. This is not the best quality fire, not the best Tummo. But with this, you possible stay cold places. And this fire is not best. But we need a fire. Then second fire who going up to down, this name we call calm fire. This is a better one, but that's still not the best one. Is the best one, fire without the wave. In this fire without the wave, and this is most kindest and the softest energy or softest fire. In this fire, to open your body is a deepest level. And the deepest level opened means the deepest level of tensions take away. Tension, no stress, no tensions, not only service level. And the deepest level, tension and the stress take away. And this not only warm, but you feel the soft warm and the soft bliss in your body. And this become very highest level and the strongest level. One example I give.
Yeah, please.
Is I put a needle in your body, let's say, needle, just example. Somebody put, needle, I don't feel pain. It's cold is forget it. And maybe somebody, my enemy, usually I don't like it, this person. I never like to see this person because he did or she did something bad. And this person stand in front of me, shouting me, and I don't feel hurt me, but maybe you put some, let's say hot water here, or some needles or knives cut that usually, of course, very painful, but I don't feel pain. And your body feels so tolerant. It's so compassionate. Your body becomes so compassionate, so tolerant of all kinds of pains. And then what got to happen? And this make your body become warm and bliss. And this make it is your body become full present moment, because he don't have a pain and he feel blissed. And body become 100% become present moment. And this make your breath changing. Your breath.
Yeah.
We have out breath, inner breath. Out breath, what we breathe in out 21,600 every day. According to Tantric Buddhist teaching, what we breathe in out, this name we call out breath. And the inner breath, what we call our heartbeat. Our heartbeat is inner breath. We do, according to our traditional teachings, we say every day you have a heartbeat, 126,600. What got to happen? You know, our body is just a wave of energy. The wave have one element. Wave always have an element of a little tension. Yeah, wherever have this wave, they have some kind of a tension. Our mind is a wave of thoughts and emotions. Therefore, they have an element of some kind of a tension or stress or tension have. But with this higher level of Tummo practice, first, usually each 900 of our breath, our right nostril to left nostril changing. I hope this means, let's say, 900 of our breath, right side of nostril more open, and then shift other side. That's how happening naturally.
Okay.
But with the Tummo practice, a higher level coming, you reduce the wave of energy, and that means, and your energy have less tensions. And that's a sign your right and left nostril become balanced the moment of you meditate.
Oh, can I consciously practice this? Or
yes,
is this something you...
consciously.
Okay.
But generally, without the practice, every day, 675 times our right and left nostril go to balance, generally.
Okay.
Naturally.
Yeah.
But I practice the more. It's not only one time. Whenever I start to practice and the right and left nostril become really balanced, that means now the tension of energy going down. But then I go to more practice, is reducing the number of my breath. I told you have 21,600, correct?
Yeah.
This is reducing, and some moment this goes zero level. Zero means you're not longer breathe in out, or you don't need it. And
wait, I don't need to breathe?
Huh?
What do you mean I don't need to breathe?
Yes, we all don't need to breathe. We don't need when we reach this level.
So you hold your breath, or what happens?
You don't need to hold it. Okay. It's naturally disappeared.
Okay.
You also possible hold it, but holding is not enough naturally. And then the breath, let's go zero level, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then the last part is what I call the highest form of Tummo, is your heartbeat reducing.
Wow.
Okay?
So you control your heartbeat.
Generally, one thing, example say, in our body, something's happening out of control. And this is what Buddhism calls karmic force. each 100 years we die one time and we born one time. Each moment of birth, the wave of energy coming out. Each moment of we die, wave of energy going back. But birth and death is not come out of my control. I never choose. Normal person never. We don't have a choice not to born, and we also not have a choice not to die. In this name, what Buddhism call karmic force or karmic knowledge. Nobody need to learn how to born. Nobody need to learn how to die. Correct?
Correct.
Somehow, body or automatically no. And each 24 hours, we experience this wave of a breath or wave of energy. You know, we sleep each 24 hours. Sleep is more death. And each 24 hours we wake up. The wake up is small birth. And that's also because of our breath. You see? Therefore, I also don't really have a choice not to wake up, you know. Example, generally, I don't really have a power. That's a karmic force, you know. That's natural force. Mm-hmm. Maybe I don't want to wake up, but he go wake up. Or also, I don't like go to sleep, but I don't have a choice not to sleep. That's name what to call Buddhism called karmic force. Moment the karmic force is more dominant than myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have much influence myself, you know. I want it. That's all everybody try in the world, correct? And then every day I told we make 21,600 breaths. This is a karmic knowledge. Yeah? I don't need to learn breathe in, out. That is, you know, I also don't really have a choice in the moment. Breathe in, out, you know. I need to breathe in, out, you know. But I also don't need to learn breathe out, in.
True.
That is a karmic law. Good thing we don't really need to learn, but bad thing we don't have a choice not to have. Moment.
True.
And the similar with heartbeat. You know, my heart is there. What's it? You call it beat, heartbeat, correct? But I don't really have influence he so much, you know. I just pray, hopefully he continue doing her job. Correct? This name, heartbeat, is also karmic force or karmic law, the knowledge of body. You don't need to learn. You have it. But all these laws, karmic law, correct? Or make limitation us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to look like chin. The birth and death. This side is birth, this side death. Between is me. And this side awake, and this side sleep. Between me. And this side breathe out, this side breathe in. Between is me. And this side one heartbeat, another heartbeat. Between is my life. I nearly have zero control. I possibly make a little influence, but not much. But with the more practice, with the power of the more meditation, we try to make a challenge with us. That's why I told that with the more practice, also heartbeat reduce, and some moment you reach zero level of heartbeat.
Wow. What's the effect in you when you reach that level? What happens to you?
And this means now what happened, you experience a body without tension. And you experience, you remember I told a body is made of wave of energy.
Yeah.
But now you experience a body without energy, without wave. Means body no tension. No tension. And this means you also experience mind. I told before, our mind is a wave of thoughts, emotion.
Mm-hmm.
But you experience now also mind without thought, without emotions. Means zero tension. And that means in this moment, you are 100% in the present moment. Your body, your mind. And you nearly don't have any other, you are complete yourself. And that is what we call power of meditation. Meditation have a power to break or this law of karma, or sometimes people like to say what you call the biological clock, or biological clock, you know. Sometimes the biological clock say, go to sleep. I don't have a choice. I need to go to sleep. Sometimes biological clock say, you need to wake up, you know. Sometimes biological clock say, now you need to die, you know. All these things, you know. And then you reach in this deepest level is of the present moment. Then you experience the body and the mind without influence of the, karmic force. Means you are fully yourself.
In the present moment.
Yes.
How beautiful. Does that trigger any emotions then? If you're like in this present moment with yourself, do you feel inside yourself a form of energy, a warmth, a connection, or is it just silence? Not necessarily emptiness, but grounded?
Yes. Maybe we don't call in this moment your body, let's say your body become energy without wave.
Mm-hmm.
In this moment, your mind is become nature awareness. You're out of knowledge. Yes. Knowledge is the limitation.
In what way? Because we're thinking?
No. Example. I told that birth and death is also knowledge. The knowledge of body. But this make limitation us.
Mm-hmm.
Also, anger is knowledge without learning. Attachment, also knowledge without learning. Of course, love, what we experience, this kind of love, is also knowledge without learning. But knowledge is make limitation us. Therefore, our mind is just knowledge. Body is just knowledge. Life is just knowledge. It's not truly us. Not truly us. Look like we are, but not. We are moment look like a dreaming. It's not fully awake.
So you're not fully connected with your true self?
Yes. You're not truly connected this unconditional awareness or unconditional happiness. Maybe I could to say this way, yes.
Happiness, what a beautiful word. Something we all strive for.
Yes.
In so many different ways to find happiness. Sometimes we find it outside of ourselves. Often we search inside of ourselves. But a lot of people, it's just, daily life these days. We struggle with stress. It's become the daily friend, companion, anxiety, stress, so much trauma, so much heart pain, struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of people come and see you. What do you tell them? Where do they start? Where can I start? I'm a trauma survivor myself. I've lived in my head for way too long, disconnected from who I really am, my authentic self. When I'm restless, that's stress in the body. And my mind is spiraling. Where do I start? What do I do?
Number one, I like to say one thing. In Buddhism, we believe happiness is our unconditional nature. Suffering is our conditional nature. That's why we all want to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Condition is a change it, but still wanting happiness never change it. Time is a change it, but wanting happiness never change it. People is a change it, but wanting happiness never change it. Religions change it, but wanting happiness never change it. Remember, wanting happiness is not religion, not culture, not philosophy, not the science. is unconditional nature. That's why everybody wants to be happy. Not only good people want to be happy, bad people also want to be happy. In this planet, everybody wants to be happy. Wanting happiness is not only right, is more than right. Happiness, your unconditional nature. That's why condition is changing, but still wanting happiness never change it. But happiness is our unconditional nature is, yes, maybe interesting, but why still not everybody happy? Not only this, why many people suffering? Of course, there are many ways to explain. Nobody searching suffering, but many people ended with the suffering or problems.
Yeah.
But why? I say searching happiness outside of yourself or searching happiness, maybe I say searching happiness is the only way to you find the suffering. You search big happiness, you go to find the big suffering. You search very, very elegant happiness, you go to find very, very elegant, beautiful suffering. Yes. Searching happiness is make you become slave of in this world.
True. It's also painful.
And then what you say, you search happiness more and you less offended, of course, then you more stressed, and then you more angry, you more unhappy.
Yeah.
And therefore, what I want to say, we need to learn finding happiness in us.
But that's a very hard journey. I mean, not that it's impossible, but we're so often from young age made to believe happiness is in things, in the clothes I wear. I go and compare myself and say, hey, he has this, I don't have this, and this would make me happy if I belong, or if I get, I don't know, this, I'm just good enough. But how do I find then happiness within myself? Where does that search or that journey start?
Well, there are many possibilities. I give you one, simple, I want to give 3 answers here, possibilities. First of all, we are a world of training and learning. And we are a world of, we need everything earned. Nothing is free. And that means if you want to be happy, you possible learn. You want to be healthy, you possible trained. Therefore, if people want to be happy, really want it, you possible trained to be happy. That is number 1 I want to say. Number 2, no matter how bad conditions going on in your life, if you want to be happy, you always find the reason to be happy. Look right reason. No matter how good condition you have, everything seems going great, but still you're willing to look reason to not happy, you always find the reason to not happy. This something you practice everyday life. But you want go more deeper than this to practice of happiness. They have a true main reason we are not happy. One is the fear, and the second is expectation. Fear is a demon of happiness, and the expectation is the enemy of happiness. Therefore, if you want it happy, you need a free of demon of happiness and the enemy of happiness. How to do this? Practicing, letting go, and content.
How do I do this? let go of fear. I think so many people can relate to this because a lot of people live with fear or this extreme inner critic or, you know, these feelings of everything is negative, how you described it. But I cannot switch and tell my thoughts and replace it with another thought. Now, be happy, be happy. You know, it happens only here. How do you do that?
Okay. Maybe I always like to say people does. I believe our life is never become bigger than one day.
Oh, wow.
We born one day, we live one day, we die one day. Everything happen one day and today. Change over today and become change of your life. Never try to change life without changing today. To change one day, you don't need much things. You just need 21 minutes. Or that's too long, too difficult, only 11 minutes. The practice of 11 minutes or practice over 21 minutes is change your day.
Change my life.
Change of a day become change of your life.
Now I'm curious what the practice is. Just tell me. It's incredible. So either 20 minutes or 11 minutes off. What do I do?
Well, maybe let's say 21 minutes. I like this, this traditional way of saying 10 minutes. I wanted you do some physical exercises. Maybe I don't need to say now what is what, but you do Tibetan traditional yoga, or you do Tibetan Lujong, or you do yoga, or any form of exercise. Yes. You do around, let's say, 10 minutes stretch exercise. Do 10 minutes, good quality. The stretch exercise, whole body, not only one part of body. Next 10 minutes, you make meditation or relaxation meditation. You keep straight your spine and relax your shoulders.
And why exactly this? I always wondered, why the spine straight and relax your shoulders? Is sitting upright important in this practice?
Is what going to happen in you keep in the straight your spine, your energy arise.
Oh,
physically your energy arise, and you relax your shoulders, your tensions go away.
So that's also something to do with the chakras?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, of course. Body posture have power to change your energy. The energy have power to change your mind.
So I sit in a certain way of I'm relaxed and I teach my body you are relaxed?
Yes. The posture or position or posture of a body go to change your body. And when your body change it, your mind go to change it.
And is it something that I do for a certain period of time? I mean, ideally probably forever.
Yeah.
But is it something that you say, try this for 30 days or 21 days or 60, I don't know. And then you will notice, let's say, change in your day.
Yes. It's what I before told, the 10 minutes, you do some stretch exercise, and then 10 minutes, you keep straight your spine, relax your shoulders, correct? And yes, in your question, usually you do this 21 days, it's already changed. 21 day, 3 week, and 21 day is you start to experience the change it. But this not go to change you forever. I'm always say, sorry, we are a world of the training and the learning. You never stop learning, you never stop training. We are not enlightened world. If you don't want to learn, if you don't want training, I always make a joke, you're completely wrong planet.
I like that.
And yes, 21 minutes and 21 day practice. I think you have really some kind of a big change, And yes.
May I ask,
Yes.
when did you start with your whole practice? Was it from a very young age?
Well, I'm young time. Of course, I went in the monastery. I'm too young to train or practice. Of course, you're a child. But when I start to come, when I maybe start to come 16, 17 or 18, such age, and then I start to more interest in practice. I think maybe when I'm 25, now I'm 50 years old, when I'm 25 to 26, and there I really start to practicing. Of course, is a practicing. Of course, sometimes little more, sometimes less. But me is the most important thing in my life is practicing. Then second is more learning and reading of Buddhist teachings to learn with masters. And the third is more teaching and the student how much I can. Therefore, yes, you ask, yes, I'm practicing. But still, I don't call, I'm great practitioner, but still, at least I try to practice, yes.
I don't know if that's too personal, but if it's too personal, please don't feel like you have to answer it. But do you have ever any negative thoughts?
I generally, when I need to give, I'm sure, yes, I think so, yes, of course, I think so. But it's very interesting because sometimes I'm thinking myself, but maybe my nature, I don't know how I raise in the Tibetan culture, or maybe also my family traditions, also maybe influence of the teachers, or whatever, or culture, or family culture. I'm not a negative person, and generally, but of course, I'm not enlightened person. I have maybe some kind of negative emotions, a glimpse of moment coming, but generally, I'm very confident. My negative emotions of mind never really have a power to take over me.
How do you manage this?
With the training.
Is it the Tummo?
Tummo, yes, one kind of training also. Of course, that is something big training. But then we have also other small trainings. This name what we call mind training. And in the mind training, and they have a very famous in the Tibetan master, name is a Langtang master. He wrote it. It's usually this mind training have many books, but all of the mind trainings, he put 8 sentences. This 8 words of a transformation thought. I used to make this small booklet. It's look like size of a phone or something. Yeah. I used to put this in my pocket, I used to give this when I'm in India, maybe when I'm 25, 26 years old. I always feel, therefore, whenever you have a negative emotions in your mind or something, negative challenges, you read this 8 words of transformation thought, only 8 sentences. One of the sentence is already answer you. And this is the best practice. I always use this kind of training, and therefore, personally, I'm not so much afraid of mental problems or negative emotions, because with my little experience, I kind of manage, or I believe I have this confidence I go to handle my mind. But I have more fear to handle mind and body. You know, of course, I have some degrees levels have control my body, but is maybe I have little more fear of to control the body than my mind. That's what I told it. That maybe that's why I say sometimes people I'm never afraid of the suffering so much, because I kind of know how to not to suffering in my mind, but I'm more fear of pain of a body than suffering of mind. That's why is that you want to liberate the pain of the body, you need to practice inner fire.
That's incredible. I saw something that you practice as well, and I've never seen it before, but it was this with a sword, and it's literally cutting thoughts.
That's correct.
What's that practice called, and how is it working?
Yes, well, you know, is when I come in the West, I teach sometimes how to meditate, correct? How to control your body and mind. But many people are so much challenged. They're already so much stress out in their mind. And then you make them meditate, they're more stressed out. Generally, in Tantric Buddhism, we believe you change your mind, your body go to change it. Your body change it, your mind go to change it. They have this very important relation. And Tantric Buddhism, we believe our body is more nature, our mind is more culture, our body is more present moment, our mind is less present moment. Our body is look like a child. Your body is a born child, he live child, he die child. Therefore, half of you and me is always child. And our mind, of course, born is a child, but he go to grow up, he become adult. That means with the Tog Chöd practice, the Tog Chöd practice is through of mind to change mind is more difficult in the Western world, and the through of a body and to change mind more easier, and that's why I bring this practice of what you call Tog Chöd. With the Tog Chöd practices, and you make what you call you bring your body is a present moment. Let's say your body is more present moment, and then of course your mind also become present moment. Or another way to say, let's say this way. I always say we are the slave of the body. We are the army of the mind. Once mind give order something, mind give order to fight this person, we go to fight it. We need to fight. Whoever we need to fight, we're ready to fight. Is mind give honest, mind give full order give you don't have, mostly people, we don't have a chance to not to take this order. That's why I say we are army of this mind. And we are slave of this body means a body need this, body want this, body need this, and body want something seriously. We don't have nearly power to say no.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
And that means we are running behind this body needs, mind wants, and that's make we are just the stress.
We're not aligned.
Yes. And that's why with the Tog Chöd practice, you make, I don't know this correct English, you make what you call, you make with this practice is you become leader of your own body, or you become win with the body, or you go to victory of the body.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yes. Once you are victory your body, is your body go to respect you. Once your body is start to listen in you, once your body is respect you, and the body start to listen you. And body start to listen you means body start to trust you, because body know you are a good leader.
Oh, I love this. This is incredible.
Yes.
Because this is what happened to me today or sometimes when I meditate, and I love meditation. But today is a special day for me. I meet you, and it's also different circumstances, of course. And I noticed my body was restless, not stopping. I was in my mind, but it's like that sword practice would have helped me then.
That's correct.
That would have helped me to take lead.
That's
literally.
That's
and
correct.
Tell my body to trust, because only in the end, and that was also with the help of your practice, with your voice, which is very soothing in itself and touching. And then I could notice, I could settle.
Yes.
And had emotional release.
Yes.
But what a beautiful practice. How would this look like in, let's say, in a training session or in a lesson? What do I do in the beginning? Or can I do this also at home myself?
Yes. Of course, they have lots of physical trainings, and physical trainings. But I think we give the salt. Is the salt? This of course we give wooden salts, and then we also put some mantras in, and we bless in, because people more respect their soul, and you more respect the soul, and you give more power soul, and soul have more power to help you.
What would be a mantra, for example?
They have 3, let's say we give a wisdom mantra. Sometimes inside, the soul inside, we put wisdom mantra, and we call Omarapatsanadi. I'm not let they chant it, but they know the mantra inside, And then we have our Lekiteshvara, is the God of compassion. Our Lekiteshvara mantra also in, and they know they have holy mantra in. And then they respect in the soul, and then you hold in the soul in your hand. You're just standing. Is maybe, 1 minute. Your body start to changing, coming. It's unbelievable.
So a bit like you're stepping into your energy power, something like this?
Yes.
So you feel it also more firm, or something changing in your body, the energy?
Yes. Because maybe I just say, look like I told your body is look like a child. Your body is your child. And the child who never grown up, always he is a child. Therefore, you need to learn how to lead your child. Your body is look like a child, is a child, born child, live child, die child, never grow up. And this is a child with full of energy. And you not lead well your body, look like you have a naughty child who make you so much stress.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that practice. So I can do this also a little bit by myself.
Of course. And that's why I'm so, like to bring this kind of practice. Sometimes, it's, sometimes maybe let's, one small thing, say, maybe I teach you something.
Yeah, please.
No, I'm just example giving. No. I give you some teaching, and then you're very excited. Oh, that is something so good. I like it. Correct? You really like it.
Yeah.
But then the first reaction, you say, oh, that's so good. Something so nice. I want to go to do this. But then second mind behind you, somewhere, second mind start to say you, oh, no, I know you never do. I know you never practice.
The doubt?
Yes, yes. And then this make your motivation is go away. And therefore you need to learn what you call to discipline or your body, or guiding your body. And that's with the Tog Chöd practice. And you possible guide your body, and then your body start to believe you, your body start to respect you, and then body each body start to respect you and believe you, he never go to fight you.
So it's like, if I go from my perspective, I'm going and create trust, safety in my nervous system, which is the body.
Correct.
Because my mind sometimes can go into, I think a lot about things,
Yes.
I doubt, I have anxiety,
Yes.
I procrastinate, and it never happens. So I'm frozen.
Yes.
Or sometimes also stuck in my mind.
Yes, that's correct, I think, yes.
So the body, you do a lot of body work yourself, like with a sword and as another practice?
Yes, of course, sword or lujong or tummo and those things is usually in the Buddhism, we have two kinds of Buddhism, let's say. We call Sutrayana Buddhism, Tantrayana Buddhism. Sutrayana Buddhism, we call mind vehicle Buddhism. Tantrayana Buddhism, we call body vehicle Buddhism. Means is Sutrayana Buddhism, first they try to change mind and then body go to change it. Tantrayana Buddhism, we first try to change body and then mind go to change it. And that is a different, Therefore, of course, I'm Buddhist practitioner, but I'm mainly the Tantric Buddhist practice. I'm more attractive or I like it more. Mm-hmm. That means there are many body movements, practices there, yeah.
And how do you overcome, because it's maybe a not natural human being kind of feeling of awkwardness? I feel when we do, I felt it.
Yeah.
That it was the first time that I did it, shaking. Yeah. I felt awkward. I was like, my mind was again, this is, what am I doing this right? I was doubting. Is this normal? Can I overcome this? Is there a way of letting this go?
I think it's a first time or begin is a little normal. Maybe your body, your mind is a new setting, new time is kind of little shine,
Yeah.
I think it's little normal, correct? But, and then you need to used to, the used to, you need training, more training, you used to, mm-hmm. And then you also, then you taste or experience the essence of practice. I think then you more open, you feel better. I think so, yeah.
And in your practice, you practice this for 30 plus years, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the most transformation that you've witnessed that stuck with you? Maybe as someone you've seen very much suffering and traveled through a whole journey with you, or something that you've witnessed. What was the most profound experience that you've witnessed?
Of course, there are many, many things I learned, but most important or teaching or learned in myself is the first teaching of a Buddha and the last teaching of a Buddha. One Buddha, Shakyamuni, he born 2,500 years ago in North India. When he enlightened, her first teaching of impermanent.
What is that?
Impermanent means everything changed.
Okay.
Impermanent means everything changed. And then he died when he 81 years old, or 80 or 81 years old he died. But her last teaching, also teaching of impermanent. Impermanent is something very interesting. Impermanent means everything changing. In the Buddhist world, because of impermanent, because of change, in this world, nothing old, everything new. Everything is a first time, they no have a second time. Everything first time, they no have second time. Everything new, They're nothing old.
Wow.
Means
Amazing.
there's no moment to stop to change. Change does not look like frog jump. One change and then wait. That's maybe we think look like this, but the change is look like waterfall. Therefore, teaching of impermanent, half of the teaching of a Buddha. Once you understand impermanent, you are less suffering person, you are more happy person. Because of impermanent, yes, because of impermanent. Yeah. And Buddha's teaching we say everything impermanent. Everything coming and going. Nothing stay forever. That is the nature. And therefore, what is my most important practice? I say, and this practice make me a very confident to be in this kind of unpredictable world.
I feel this is important, what you're going to say. This is so important, what you're going to say.
Okay. And this make me, confident. I always say myself, I'm always open to change. I'm always open to change. I never practice a fear of a change. I'm always open to change. I never forget to change. I never forget to change. Never. No matter how I'm happy, no matter how I'm success, I never forget to change. If you always open to change, you have less pain. Nobody possible hurt you.
Wow, that's powerful.
Once I'm always open, I'm always ready to change, I become king of myself. But I'm always close change. I'm never ready to change. I become slave of the world and the slave of others. When I'm ready to change or I'm open to change, I become king in this world. Nobody possible hurt me. Nobody possible destroy me. That's the number one thing I'm practicing. I feel safe in this world, not because I'm Holland, not because I'm this earth, not because of I'm in this place. Nothing safe. Nothing safe. Not because I have many nice family, not because I have many students who like me. Nothing safe. Nothing safe. Nothing safe. Only one thing safe. You need always ready to change.
Wow. I'm having so many questions. Really. Because if nothing is safe, do you feel, and everything is attached to that you're open for change, then every day is different for you?
And that means I'm a relax. Yes.
So no matter what comes your way,
yes,
it is okay with you? Is that the message?
Yes. It's no matter something go to happen me. I want it or I don't want it, no matter. It's go to happen. Correct?
Yeah.
It's not question I like or not. And therefore, I always say people, you're always open to change, you go to less suffering. that is my practice. Yes, it's a little painful practice, but the small pain, you liberate big pain.
So a bit of surrender to what happens.
I don't know you call surrender, but I embraced with nature. I say I'm not going to fight nature.
So you let the course just happen.
Go with nature. Secondly, I always say people, never, if you want to be happy person, never ever expected life without problem. If you want to be happy, never expected life without problem. Always you have a problem. Not only problem make you problem, you don't have a problem also make you problem. Therefore, never expected life without problem. And then you become more happier. Always expected change. Always ready to change. You go to less suffering. This is the essence of impermanent practice everyday life. And this practice make you less suffering, more happier.
Less control.
Correct.
Letting nature take its course.
Yes, correct.
I like that. That's beautiful. I do have a question that I ask everyone who is on my podcast.
Yes, please.
And it's up to you if you feel like answering or not. It's just something that I'm always curious about. If you could go and travel back in time and you could speak to your younger self, what would you say to yourself with everything that you know today?
Yes, I never think this until now maybe. And therefore, this is a very fresh, new question. And therefore, I need to go to back. I need to make a whole travel.
Journey. I challenged you.
Yeah. To give you some answer, you know. Nobody asked me this. I never think this, really. And
I triggered a new thought in you.
Yes, it's a very nice question. Thank you, you know. And is because it's so long time, 50 years. Difficult to say one thing, but maybe I say this way. Listen others, but listen others, never follow others.
Wow. That is incredible.
Listen others, never follow others. Follow yourself. Never stop to listen in others, but follow yourself. Never misunderstand listening others, following others. We all need listen others, but never follow others. You need to follow yourself.
Beautiful message. Touched my heart. Really did. Wow. Incredible. For everyone who's listening right now, who's maybe struggling, who is in the beginning of their journey, on the journey of coming to themselves, what would you say to them if you could speak to them right now? What would you tell them?
Well, I like to say something always is whoever wanted a difficult life and a stressed life, unhappy life, never forget to change others. Is who wanted more stressed life, don't forget change others. Is whoever want more relaxed life, don't forget to change yourself. Changing others is ignorance. Changing others is illness. Change yourself is not knowledge but wisdom. Changing yourself is not medicine but healing. Changing yourself is maybe not money but is wealth. Remember, you change it, world become changed without changing anybody. If you want to go to hell without dying, please don't forget to change others. If you want to go to heaven without dying, don't forget to change yourself. Whatever you wanted, you only need to do one thing, change yourself. Whatever you don't want it, you only need to do one thing, change yourself. The power of changing yourself. When you start to change yourself, you look like a lion. You never become a slave of nobody. When you start to change in others, you look like a dog. You become slave of others. You decided. You be slave or you be king. And this name what the Buddhists call yoga of a lion. Yoga of a lion means practice, change yourself. Change yourself, the answer of all questions. Change yourself, the answer, the medicine of all of illness. Therefore, I want to say that's also my own little practice. I don't say I'm a great practitioner, but at least power of changing yourself. One change, all change. You change, everything become change.
What a powerful message. Thank you so much, Tulku Lobsang. That was incredible. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming to my podcast. And for everyone who was listening and watching, I'm so moved by having you here. And it's incredible you've gotten so deep with me into how we can change ourselves. Whoever is on their healing journey right now, this is, I think, the most profound message there is. Change yourself, and we all hold the power within us. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
If you like this podcast episode, please make sure that you subscribe and like this episode. Share with me what were your takeaways from this episode. And yeah, I'm gonna see you next time in the next episode. Please take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.